Humanist Sweden. We have gathered here with participants from humanists organizations from many countries. And we're here to manifest freedom of speech. Freedom of speech specifically against blasphemy laws. As the sign says, we call for an end to blasphemy laws. Big poster we had at the back here. So, what are blasphemy laws? Why do we care? Laws against blasphemy aimed to protect religion from criticism and even to protect religion from comedy, jokes and satire. Why? It purposes to avoid hurt feeling. It purposes to avoid criticism. We all remember the big debates still ongoing about Quran burnings in Denmark, Norway and Sweden. And don't worry, we will not do any such things here. And we don't recommend it in general. Let's be clear up front. Laws against blasphemy is a very bad idea. These laws must be removed because they block freedom of speech and they block the open free debate that uphold democracy itself. Without the freedom to debate, democracy will crumble. Will people get offended? Yes, always. Should it still be allowed? Yes, absolutely, it must be allowed. People get offended for millions of things. Much smaller things than disrespecting the holy books. We have to remember what's at stake. If we capitulate to religious or other demands to restrict free speech, we destroy the very foundation of democracy. In countries with Islamic regimes, the punishment for blasphemy is death, in 8 countries at least. And in around 25 countries, the punishment is prison, fines, and sometimes even flogging and whipping. But it's not just Islam. Did you know that in Europe, in the Western world, many countries still have blasphemy laws, and these are laws, old Christian laws, still in effect. You can be sentenced to prison or a fine, and such laws are still in effect in countries like Denmark, Finland, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Spain, Italy, and all over Eastern Europe. And that is still not all. Other laws, such as protecting the public order, offense against public orders. Even in countries like Sweden and the United Kingdom, these kinds of laws have been enacted and people have been convicted. Why? Because they criticized Islam publicly. And frankly, this is crazy. We cannot have laws punishing people just because they express their opinion or manifest their opinion or even just tell a joke. It is a very bad idea to let the most easily offended people decide the rules. What we call for is really a small and simple thing. Tolerance. Instead of restricting freedom of expression, we need to just tolerate different opinions, even when we feel insulted. A tolerant society with freedom of opinion is a healthy society. And to just conclude quickly, 2 quotes. One quote from Salman Rushdie, the great author and humanist who lives under constant death threats from Islamists and who recently survived a brutal murder attempt while talking about freedom of speech on stage. He said, "What is freedom of expression? Without the freedom to offend, it ceases to exist." And the quote from the Swedish journalist Sakmine Madon, "To get upset, part of life. Get over it." If you agree with our point of view, that blasphemy must be allowed because it is part of free speech, consider supporting us. Well, all of you are here, you're already supporting us. And you can look up Humanists International if you haven't already, or the humanist organization in your country. Believe what you want, say what you want. Thank you.